Okay. No pressure.
Over. All
Don't
right,
make
dog,
stupid
quit
faces.
fighting. Kick my dogs out of here. Y'all stop it. Go on. Hey, go lay down.
Here we go. Is
Sorry
it
for kicking
gonna
your
show
feet.
the whole video up to this point?
Probably.
No. Okay, good.
With our luck.
That would be my
With
luck.
our luck.
Okay, I'm gonna share the link into your messenger thingy.
Okay. Oh,
And
are
then,
we doing what people say? We're waiting for people to hop on.
yeah, we're totally doing that.
I hate that. I will leave a live when someone says that. Just waiting for a few people to hop on. Exit immediately.
All right. It will not let me tag you on my personal page either. Let me go public here. Hold on.
Well, you post it and then I'll. You just sent me.
I sent you the link to YouTube.
Oh, no, you sent me the Zoom meeting link again. Oh, I didn't scroll down.
Girl,
Oh, there we are. Well, I see you, but I don't see me. Oh, there's me. Hi, me.
it's because it's delayed, so you're gonna pop. So make sure you mute that.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, here we go. Now we are live. Oh, I shared it to my personal, but not my public or my public.
You dum dum.
I don't know what I'm doing. This is my first time streaming with multiple people. I don't know how to do
The
this.
other people who do this make this look so
I
easy.
know. I have such like respect after today for all streaming people. Like,
Me
oh my lord.
too.
I used to kind of be, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little judgy, but now not at all. Actually, I feel very ashamed of
Yes,
myself.
you streamers are in a whole other
Oh
league
Lord.
of patience.
It's a different beast. It's just stupid.
I'm sharing here. With my oh, she's hiccuping. I will be before the you have cute little hiccups. Mine sound like someone is sucking the life force out of me. It's like a dementor's taking my soul or
Well,
something.
when I get the actual like the like groupings of hiccups, it hurts and it like it's literally sounds like my life is flashing before everybody's eyes. But anyways,
Yeah, I got the hiccups at I had a gig last weekend and we were on a band break and oh I got a bad set of the hiccups and it was a brand new band. Like I didn't know anybody in the band. Total new guys. And they looked at me like, "Is she okay?" I'm like, "I'm not used to being around new people when I do this. Everyone else is used to it."
yeah, Ethan always like is like making jokes about how people always tell me that my hiccups are cute, and I'm like, I don't want to be cute. I just don't want to hiccup. I sound like a
It's
freaking chihuahua. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I guess it stays true to my personality.
yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like when guys say, "Oh, you're cute when you're mad." Like, shut up. No, first off, I'm not, and that just makes me more mad. And I'm not cute when I hiccup because it hurts. It's not cute.
Cute when I hiccup because it hurts.
It
Oh,
hurts. It's deep.
cool. I should have updated my bands in town before I did this. I didn't know it was going to show up on my YouTube. How cool.
Oh,
Yeah, it's all fancy.
how
Okay, cool.
fun.
I should have done that, but I was spending half my day trying to figure out how to stream stuff on the internet.
Well, now we know. It'll be better for
Well,
next time.
like earlier, we took how long were we on here trying to figure this out? I
It
was
was a
like, I
minute.
had plans to make chicken fried steak, mashed potatoes and gravy, the whole shebang for supper. And then Wes gets home and we're working on all this. And finally we get close to supper time. And I was like, you know what, Wes? I said, you're on your own. It's like there's leftovers in the fridge. There's no time to cook anything.
It's what my mom calls a cereal night in the house.
We don't have cereal, but yeah, close enough.
Yeah.
Same,
We
same.
growing up we had cereal night and that it didn't mean that you had to eat cereal. All it meant was mama wasn't cooking.
Yeah,
Uh, like she would say, y'all can just eat cereal for all I care. And then it just kind of came a thing like when mom doesn't cook, I guess we eat cereal. So now we have cereal night and usually nobody even eats cereal, but we know what it means.
yeah. Leftovers growing up were always dad's food for lunch the next day, but because there was never like if there was leftovers with 8 kids.
So my
But
dad taught me a really cool thing about taking your lunch to work, and it is a trick that I use all the time. So when we were younger, and people always make their lunch the next day and they forget it. So my dad would always put his keys in the fridge on top of his leftovers, and we all do that now in my family. Like he started that years ago. So I'll if I know I've got to go somewhere, I'll put my keys like if I have to go to a gig, I'll put my keys next to my fiddle or I'll put them by a bottle of water because I'll be like, I know I'm going to grab that. So that's one of
that's a
my
good idea.
traveling tricks.
I haven't had to take a lunch with me in a hot minute, but like honestly, I'm the type of person that I've never really fully like ever struggled with forgetting about food, unfortunately.
I saw a video the other day that said some girls forget to eat lunch, which is me. I wake up and I'm like, oh shoot, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and I forgot to eat. And then she was talking about herself. She said, there's me who I forgot I ate lunch and then ate a second lunch, which is you. I was like, that's
Oh man,
Cynthia.
I would be so skinny if I could forget to eat.
If
Oh
we
my
could
word.
forget to eat,
If I
man,
could
we would look
just
so much
freaking
better.
forget to eat for crying out loud.
And being on the road is like atrocious when it comes to eating. If someone says, what's the hardest thing about being on the road? Food. And because I travel with dudes, so it's nothing but
Dude, food.
dude food every weekend. Like, it's not traveling with the men that's hard. It's not having to share hotel rooms. It's not being in the back of the van. It's road food. That is 10 times harder to manage than actually traveling.
I wouldn't know yet.
It's
But
terrible.
like my first band was all guys. I mean, all my bands have pretty much been all guys except for when you join. But like it's like we've never done like major traveling yet. So we're due though. We're definitely due. So
Yes, it will
I'm
start
excited.
for you. And when
We're
it does, I'm going to be so excited for you. And I'm just going to be like the little grandma in the back of the van or the car or whatever. I'll be like, yeah, this is fun now that I'm old and an antique at this. But I'll be glad to be there.
I get there, you're gonna be. We're both gonna be old. What are we talking about?
That's the difference in like you living in Texas now to play music is you are so centrally located where you live. You
Hmm.
are like 45 minutes from every one of your stinking gigs. And I'm over here driving 3 to 3.5 hours to Texas every weekend of my existence. And I'm like, what do you mean you're not on the road? How are you? Oh, you live close to gigs.
Yeah. See, that's the thing is like I've had people be like, I drove, I think, an hour and 41 minutes to a show recently. And when people are like, where are you from? I was like, Cleburne. They're like, Cleburne. They're like, that's like an hour. And I was like, hour and a half, almost 2 hours. I said, almost 2 hours. Yeah. And they're like, that's really far. Are you staying the night or are you going back? I'm like, I can't afford a hotel. Like, I'm going back. And they're like, that's a really far drive this late at night. I was like, we used to, when I lived in Kansas, my closest gig was an hour and a half away. And
Yeah.
so, like, to drive an hour and a half, I mean, it's not ideal, but I can do that in my sleep. It's when it's those 3 hours, 4 hours, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm dying.
Funny now, like I base everything up on 4 hours. I think I've talked about this with other road musicians. Like, what's your limit, like on being in the car? When do you start getting buggy? Everyone has something different, and mine has gotten better the longer that I've done it. I'll look up, I'm like, oh shoot, we've been in the car 7 hours and I wasn't paying attention. But 4 to 4.5 hours is where I start going, okay, are we there yet? I will be
Yeah.
fine. And I hit that 4 hour mark, and then I'm usually like, okay, it's a trip now. If it's less than 4 hours, that's easy. Like I'll do that in a day. No big deal.
No, that's totally understandable. And that's the thing is like you have to be able to handle those trips. I don't know what my brain was trying to think of a different word for that for some reason, but
Yeah.
it's like it was like I was loading.
Buffering, buffering.
Not even loading, it's buffering. It's like I don't even know if there's input right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very true. You have to, I think for anything for me, like I call it road mode. Like I've used that term with you. If I ever say, man, I got to get back in road mode, that is a true thing
Yeah.
for road musicians. Like when you get, like right now, I'm in the thick of it. Every single weekend I'm playing in Texas. All of my gigs have been in Texas this year. And so right now, getting in the car and driving 3 hours is like nothing. Like I'm in good road mode. But if you take even a week or two off from that, you get
Yep.
back in the car and you're like, man, you got to reprogram. We got to
Yeah.
get back in that groove of it. That's one of the hard parts about being on the road, but you get used to it.
It's honestly kind of like whenever you're working out consistently and it feels good and you're eating good, all this stuff, you're like, yeah, we're rolling and going
Yep.
and then you stop for like a week or two and you're like, you go to get back into it, you're like, eh.
Yeah, it's seriously that thing of we I don't know, for me being a musician, like I always am like, man, I've got this many weekends, so I have a weekend off, or I don't have a gig this certain weekend. And this year it's very much been like that. From the end of March, I didn't have a weekend off till the end of July, the middle of July. And I
Wow.
when I finally got to that weekend, I was like, yes, I have a weekend off. And then I'm at home and I'm like, this is stupid. I might as well be out there playing a gig. Like you're mentally, you might as well be playing once you're in heavy road mode. And I think that's why certain musicians I know that travel extensively, like they'll, did you see that light flicker back there? That was weird. It's just our haunted house. It's all good. Um, that could be a fun topic to talk about.
Oh,
Um,
good.
but you know, staying in road mode is really important as a musician, especially if you live outside of Texas and you play country music. Now, if you, like you said, you live in where you live, it is so convenient, and I'm so jealous of that. Used to, Cynthia, when she lived in Kansas, would gripe at me 'cause she's like, "You get to go to all the gigs," and now I'm like, "You live down there."
Oklahoma seemed so much closer to here
Yeah.
before. Now I'm like, Oklahoma seems so far away.
Yeah, it's weird. It's
Yeah,
weird. It's
it's
like there's another state in between Texas,
state
Oklahoma, Kansas.
to state. You're doing your grandma rocking, and it's
I
cracking me
am.
up because and you've even
I'm
got
in my
your
rocker.
hands all
Oh, I'm in my rocker. How you yuns doing?
with your
I
little
mean, you
your
can.
little.
You know my road nickname.
Yes,
It's appropriate right now.
yes.
Yeehaw, Meemaw is in the house.
Y'all meemaw.
Yep, I'm
Okay,
Yeehaw Meemaw.
so we discussed before we did this that we were gonna like come up with a list of like things, topics to talk about.
Yes.
Did you consider me when you came up with your list?
I probably should have.
Well, we won't cover all the subjects. Apparently, I'm already scared, and we haven't even started. So
I
I
know.
did this thing. So like, have you like dived much into Chat GPT stuff?
Just t tiny,
Yeah,
t tiny.
I've just recently started like just dabbling, and
Mhm.
I was like, Wes had the idea of me going. Am I yelling? By the way, I feel like I'm talking really loud. Do I sound like I'm yelling?
No, you're fine.
Okay, just normal me,
Ask the
loud.
people who are watching. I mean, I'm used to it. We're always
Um,
on a 12.
we are 11. We got a 15.
Right.
But we're musicians. We do. That's what we have.
We're all deaf. Got to crank it up.
Exactly. So he was like, you should go into Chat GPT and put in what are some good subjects to discuss between musicians. And I was like, okay, cool.
No.
So I did. And I was like, I tried to be kind of specific, but it came up with like all these different things. And I was like, half these subjects, I'm like, this will set her off. This will set her off.
Now I want to know what some of those are. Maybe I'm in the mood to go out.
And afterwards, I'll message them to you, but I
Okay.
am not telling you
I'm,
right now.
I'll probably be like, oh, I'm so glad you didn't bring that up. That would have been bad.
But no, it has like, so not only did it make a list of subjects, it categorized them too. I was
Whoa.
like, what? So like, I know that there's a lot of like pros and cons to Chat GPT. So I don't like, I try to avoid it unless like absolutely necessary, or like if it's like something that has nothing to do that would like affect anyone's job. It's just like I'm being lazy mostly. So
Right.
that's where I'm at. So we'll go with you first since you're my guest. My guest,
My
not my guest.
gust, I your
You're my
gust,
gust.
the gust of wind beneath your wings.
A gust of wind. That's so accurate.
Oh, um, so I was thinking, like, you know me, I'm a rogue musician, so my brain goes there. What if we opened up Cynthia Rausch's purse or bag at a show? What are three things that we're absolutely gonna find at a show in your bag?
In my purse.
Because you always have a purse with you. I end up moving that thing 100,000 times at every gig. So, yeah, that big old thing you carry.
So there is a small piggy bank in the bottom. I'm just kidding. No, it's
I
just
would
full of
believe
coins.
that.
The bottom is full of coins. It's just
So as
like
she
probably
jingles when she walks
$10 in
in.
coins in the bottom. I just keep putting change in, and I just don't ever take it out. And until my purse starts weighing like 20 pounds, and I'm like, why is this little purse so
Okay, so
heavy?
we got $12 in change. Will always be at the bottom of Cynthia's purse. Okay, two more things. What is
If
it?
any
What's your good?
musicians that I'm at a show and they get a tip and $12 in change, it's for me.
She emptied her purse, guys.
My purse. I emptied my purse for you. Now you probably got some like cough drop wrappers too along with it, but we're just gonna
For
ignore
sure.
that.
Yep.
So three things. Okay. So that's one. Chapstick.
Yes.
Chapsticks. Just
Must,
you
must,
gotta.
must.
Yes, a must. And well, there's for such a little purse, I actually have quite an array of items.
Yes, you do.
I don't know. A wallet seems kind of like like
That's
boring.
generic.
Generic.
Anything
Lots
music related that like is important for your show that you got to have with you.
important for my show. Recently, I have started carrying singer spray with me, and that's been very beneficial. And
That is
especially
good.
whenever I was sick there for a while, it really helped with my vocals when they were being stupid.
Yeah.
But so yeah, that's way too much change, chapstick, and throat spray.
That's exactly the kind of answer I was looking for.
I mean, you know what? I live to serve.
Yeah. I saw on CMT did an interview with Caitlin Butts, our new queen of country out there. They did that with her, and she had her purse, and they were like, "All right, empty out your purse." And she is so funny. She picked it up and just dumped it on this table as she does, and she started going through this crap, and I laughed so hard because some of it I could totally relate to, and some of
Okay.
it was like, "Yeah, that's just the weird me thing." So it made me think to ask you.
What about you?
Um,
You have like a backpack, not just a
I do.
purse.
I do. I have to do a small backpack for sure. Something that's always, well, recently, because I've had sinus surgery over the summer, this last year, you will always find Flonase and Afrin and nasal spray and granny tissues. I
Granny.
used to never travel with that stuff, and now it's like halfway, an hour into the show, and I'm out there with my Afrin, taking hits left and right. Afrin,
Yeah, it's medicine, officer.
don't do drugs. Take Afrin. Afrin's where it's at. That stuff will cure you. Probably an extra rosin. I'm always gonna have an extra rosin thrown in my bag because I have a really bad tendency of breaking them
I
on
don't
the
know why
road.
my
Like,
brain thought that was some sort of like cough drop or
oh no,
candy. I was
fiddle
like, wait,
rosin.
Cynthia, duh, it's for your
Yeah,
bow.
fiddle rosin. I always try to have because I'm always dropping it and breaking them into a million pieces. I used to be so proud of myself. I kept the same rosin for like 13 years, and it was this melted, disgusting. It looked like a little tumor, and it was gross, but it worked. And so I used it for years and years and years. And then now that I've used new ones, they only last about a year before I drop them, and they bust into a million pieces. But another thing that I always have between nasal products, rosin, I always have a little tin of Bucky's cotton candy mints. Because when I go to
Where
see
have
my
those?
nephews, they come up to me and they call them diamonds. And they say, Auntie Wawa, you got any diamonds in your purse? And I
Oh,
always am like, yeah. So anybody that's at a show is like, anybody got a mint or gum? I will always have Bucky's cotton candy, sugar-free mints.
Well,
So
next
my
time I see you, I'm gonna need a diamond because I've never
yeah,
had one.
need a diamond. If yeah, anybody that sees me in a show, walk up and say, "Hey, Lauren, you got some of them diamonds?" I'll be like, "Yeah, I do. Let's go
It's gonna
backstage and get some
sound like a drug
diamonds."
deal.
Yeah, it's like Lauren Lee give you the hookup.
Like
But yeah, mints. I
some Bucky's inside.
always have mints, and I'm an old lady, so I always have hard candy. You know me. I'm always sucking on hard candy. Always.
I don't know how you do that because I can't eat hard candy hardly at all. It gets stuck in my teeth. I'm not patient enough to just keep it in there.
Yeah,
I'll chew it up.
but like the crunching is the one thing, and then the digging it out of your teeth for like 30 minutes is like the second part of the enjoyment of hard candy. It's like,
We are not the same about what's enjoying.
get there later. I don't know. I get bored in the road. Like, I'll
Like you
eat this,
literally save it for later.
like, not on purpose, but I'll just kind of be like, that'll be fun to dig out later when I feel
Oh,
like
that's
it.
nasty. Moving on.
So yeah, that was my first question. That was my first topic.
Very nice. Okay, so
Okay, what's yours?
let's see. What is your favorite memory from radio tour?
Okay, I have one.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I want to say I don't know if it was the last stop on it was our second radio tour, so we've done two. It was the second one. I don't know. The first one there was a lot of good memories, but this one just always jumps out at me. It was when we went to this radio station, and people have to understand like these radio stations sometimes are in really weird places or really rando buildings.
Mine
You
too.
know what
I
I'm
know exactly what you're
you know what I'm gonna say. So we get to this one and I'm just like, Cynthia, why does this place feel like a funeral home? Like it's weird. It was a funeral home turned into a radio station, and where the like where you go in to record is the casket showcase room, and they left these samples on the wall. So there's this picture of me and you and what was her Casey? It was Casey. It was when it was we did her interview. I don't remember what station or what town. I apologize. I can't shout you out. But whoever has the radio station that used to be a funeral home in Texas, you might remember where it was. It
Same
was
impression.
Yes, it was wild. It was so much fun. We laughed so much in that interview.
Yeah.
I was like, or was this place like haunted and we were just being goofy or something? But yeah, looking around and seeing like the front end of the casket was like cut off, and that's the sample you could see on the
Yep.
wall. So you could pick out which casket you want. That always jumps out as a memory to me, being on radio tour and interviewing in a funeral home.
Yeah. Essentially, yes. No, that was definitely one that stuck out really hardcore to me too. But I think my favorite has to be when we performed at the Blue Light in
Yes. Now,
Lubbock. That was
as
pretty
far as
cool.
things that we did that weren't radio interview related, like things we did on radio tour, that was special.
So like that Angela, my youngest sister, went on tour with me as well, like in between our two tours. And she's been recently sending me like memories. That's what made me think of it. Is like she's been recently sending me like memories in her Snapchat of videos she apparently took of me, unbeknownst to me. But no, she has one where I'm laying on the bed in the hotel room and I'm freaking done. I'm like I am toast, and I'm on my stomach. My feet are popped up in the air, and I'm like kicking my feet like this. And she's like, "What are you, 4 years old? You're such a toddler." And she's like, "That's how radio tour it is. It turned you into a toddler." I'm like,
It
"I'm
turns
always a
you
toddler."
into a lot of things. Radio
you,
tours.
you have to like become a what's it called, a chameleon to whatever situation you. No, I know what my favorite memory is.
Oh no.
Karaoke with
I
Debbie
was
Green.
gonna say that. That was another fun memory, and it's funny because that was where I'm pretty sure I met James the first time.
Yeah, I did
It
too.
was.
Yeah, because he was performing with Eric, I want to say.
I'm flaring his shirt tonight.
Oh,
Um,
represent.
yeah, that was fun, and now I'm in his band.
Yeah,
Really
it's
crazy.
crazy.
Like, yeah, it's so funny. This t-shirt is actually funny. You'll get a kick out of this. We were on tour. We were on the road 2 weeks ago. We had a gig in Waco. We opened for Kinfo, amazing show. And then we did a flood benefit for Carr County. So it was just one of those magical weekends on the road with James Band. And he came over to me Sunday morning before the flood benefit, and I was wearing a September Moon shirt, which is another band of ours, my best friends. We all love September Moon. And he came over to me and he goes, he said it just like this. He goes, Lauren, do you have one of my shirts? Because you always wear everybody else's shirt, and I always think that's cool, but you can like wear my shirt at other shows. And I was like, I actually stole one from your merch last night. And I did. I swiped. This is the new James Cook Band T-shirt, and yeah, I was at his merch table and I swiped one, and I was like, I actually just and his face when he saw me say yes, I have one was like, oh good. It like made him so happy. So yeah, I don't know why that came up, but anyway. Oh James, yes, that was where I met James Cook. My dog is
Yeah.
barking in the background.
All right.
He's
I
having
hear
a
your mom shushing him.
my mom is shushing her as we speak. But
Or
yeah, meeting James was super special, and Debbie making you get up and do karaoke, and it was a great. That was in Fredericksburg.
mm-hmm.
I'd
So
never been
I
to
actually
Fredericksburg.
just another thing that made me remember that is the other day or like 2 days ago, I saw a video of somebody, another artist singing karaoke at that same Velvet Lounge. And
Yeah,
I was like, that looks really familiar. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's where we were. And so I was like, I know where
I
that's
even
at.
I even remember what you sang that night.
Didn't I sing Breathe by
I
Faith
can feel
Hill?
the breeze watching over me. I didn't karaoke because that is a secret of Lauren Lee's. I probably shouldn't tell it on here, but I've never for real karaokeed, and it terrifies me.
Okay, we're gonna do that
You keep saying that, and you've never made me do it.
because I never am with you when we're not busy.
I know. We
So
don't
we're gonna like
karaoke.
we're
Like,
gonna set up a time for you to come visit and we're gonna go to a karaoke and just like kill it.
and then I have this thing in my mind, and this is probably very overconfident of myself, but daily, that's how I live. Um, I
The only
have
way to
this
live.
really big, like, feeling like deep down that when I finally do it, it's gonna be like this epic moment, and then it's not. But in my mind, it's like everyone's gonna go, "Oh my gosh, we've never heard you do that before." So that's why I don't want to do it. It's the
You don't
most
want to
bummed
break
out
that illusion.
for myself.
Oh
Just for myself.
my gosh, that's hilarious. I love it. Do you have any other questions?
um, yeah, I have one that's a good one. Where do you feel like in the music process that this career that we're in is so crazy? We have to be mentally in a lot of different mindsets. How do you handle the difference of going in the studio, going on stage, going in for a radio interview, going in like there's all these different facets that we have to switch our brain. What is some of your is it tricky for you? Is it easy for you? What's your
It
process?
used to be tricky. I used to panic every time I specifically radio interviews just because when they were new. Mainly because I have a tendency to prattle on, you know. I know you're shocked. But yeah, no, I always was very scared and worried I'd say the wrong thing or talk too much or not talk
You
enough.
can't go back and redo it. They're live.
Right, exactly. And even when they weren't live, I'm like, there's only so much you can cut out, you know? It's like and you can't add more in. And so I used to be very panicky about that, but now like I don't know, like recent years, like especially getting to know the DJs has really helped a lot.
Yeah.
But even then, like even the ones I don't know, I'm much more comfortable just because I I'm my goal going into an interview isn't and going on stage and even going in the studio isn't to go in there and promote. I mean, promote myself is kind of a given. That's why I'm there, but I wouldn't be there if that wasn't the case. But my thing is, I'm there to show my appreciation to the radio stations that are playing me. When I go on stage, I'm showing appreciation to the fans that are listening to my music. When I go into studio, I want to bring the best product for my listening audience. And so like for me, when I went and took the focus off of, you know, how do I feel about this? That helps me to really focus on who I'm doing this for. Of course, number one is the Lord, but everybody that gets to benefit from that. It's a blessing to be able to do what we do, and it's a really cool, unique experience. And so I want to make sure that I'm always appreciative of those that give me that opportunity. I actually was just driving, I think it was yesterday or the day before. I was on my way to the gym, and I was in the car, and it just like kind of hit me. I'm like, people really like want me to do well, and they really support me, and they really love my voice and my writing, and just what I'm doing, and why I'm doing it. And it blows my mind that people get as passionate as they do about me. And I'm like, especially coming from, when I was young, in my younger years. I'm sorry, I'm like segueing a little bit, but my younger years of my whole mental health issues and stuff. I mean, as I think there's a lot of artists out there though that have come from that kind of background, like struggling with confidence, value, worth, like, does anyone even care about what I'm doing, And so, like, for me, like, to get to the point now that I'm at where I'm not worried about whether or not they think I'm worthy to be on that stage or be in that radio station or be in that studio. I'm just in there doing what I can do, trying to bring a little joy, a little hope.
Yeah.
That's really the key. What about you?
Yeah, it's really, really cool to hear you say that because I feel like I came along in your camp at a time where you were still
Transitioning.
transitioning and you were still in Kansas and you were in an interesting band situation with people and your music was great, but there was just something that was like I remember like meeting you going, God, I love her, but something's just not dialing in yet. And I really felt like it would if you put yourself in the right spot and you did. So and also going on a radio tour with you, like seeing you get so much better and open up your and I think hearing you say that people are into what you're doing, I think you're finally believing it.
Well, it's
And
kind of hard to ignore them now.
it is. That's yeah, and that's what happens when you're good. And I think when people always ask
Yeah.
me like, "How do you have so much confidence on stage?" or "How do you just do?" I'm like, I just my go-to thing, and this is back on like the topic of like, what's your what do you do on whatever. I look out in that room full of people before every show, and I tell myself, I'm gonna do something most of the time, there's nobody else in the room that can. When you're in Texas, every once in a while there's a fiddle player out there. But why on earth am I going to get nervous and hold back doing something for a room of people that can't do it? Like, that's my big awareness of why would I steal joy from people who can't do this? And so
Yeah.
when I finally started being like, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to act like the best fiddle player in the room. I'm going to put on the best show that this place has ever seen because no one else is here to do it besides me in this moment. And so why am I going to worry about getting nervous in front of someone who can't do what I do? Like that just, when I finally was like, that's it. Like that was when it unlocked for me, and my performing was taken to a new level. My inhibitions just disappeared on stage. I mean, anybody that
Just kidding.
anybody that has seen me perform at my highest is it's high energy. It's all over the place. I'm interacting with people. I've been told here lately that they think it's funny that if there's a phone up, I'm going to pose for it. Like, and I think that's the difference in seeing really huge artists. They take those moments in live shows. If someone's I love seeing an artist grab someone's camera and do a little video from the stage and give it back. Like, you will not experience those moments if you're consumed with yourself. And so what you said, when you do it as a joy for others, you
Yeah.
start realizing they think this is pretty cool. Because
Yeah.
there's always a time in our careers where we think people think we're idiots. But they're not going to like if I do that. They're going to think I'm stupid if I do that.
Yeah.
And the dumber I act on stage, the bigger reaction I get.
Well, that's the thing, is like there's so often, and this is in every area of life, where we have people are, who is it that is it Eleanor Roosevelt or something said that people don't think about you as much as you think they do.
Yep.
Like, we're constantly worried about what everybody thinks, and it's like, we don't know, we're just imagining what they think,
And
and it's
we're
actually.
paid, and we get paid for that in this industry. And that is why artists struggle so much is because you're getting paid to be this performer and you're not that person. So many of them have that separation, and I just don't believe in that. You can't, to me, if I see someone act different on stage than they do on stage, I don't want to work with them. Like, you better be the same. I just want a better version of you on stage. I don't,
More
I
professional. Yeah.
remember the first time I ever worked with a Nashville artist, I think I was like 20, 19, 20, and she was great. It was kind of a local artist. She went and did pretty good. She came back for a hometown show, and I got hired to be in her band. And I remember hanging out with her all day. Sound check, we went and got Taco Bell. It was fun. It was great. And when she put on her fancy little outfit and her makeup, I saw her stand on the side of the stage, and I'll never forget it. I watched her do this, like, turn into this other person and do like this shimmy in this moment. And she went and she walked out there, and I'm like, who's that person? That's what just happened. And then all of a sudden, she was great. But she became the artist that everybody else expected her to be, and she was mentally a wreck. Like,
Yeah.
it was hard. And so I will never forget realizing that that's sometimes how people have to do it. And I understand why. Like, I get
Yeah.
why we have mental struggles that make it hard for us to do what we do in front of people. But to see someone have to go somewhere and become something that she wasn't, like, it stuck with me. And I said, I'm never going to do that. Like,
Yeah.
and there's a difference. We turn it on. We know
Oh
when,
yeah.
I always joke, I know when it's an
We just have to
important.
be higher energy because we're
You
tired.
do.
We're
Yeah,
getting
you
up
do.
there.
And if it's Texas, you never know who's gonna pop up at your show. There's been times I'm like, oh shoot, why is that person here? Oh man, I gotta, do good. Or if we play as an opener act, sometimes there's another fiddle player in the band, and then you'll see them trickle out from backstage, and I'm like, oh shoot, there they are. I gotta play really good. So that's as much as I switch it on and off. Like, I don't know how artists do that, but some do, and it's
Been
hard.
there. I've done that.
Yeah,
And but
you've
at the
been
same
that
time,
performer.
I still couldn't like so like back in I don't even know how long it was before COVID, I think. Pretty sure it's before COVID. And I had was playing the country showdown in Colorado at
The
Copper Mountain,
Colgate
Colorado.
Country Showdown.
Huh?
The Colgate Country Showdown. It
No,
used
this
to
one
be Colgate.
was Wrangler, I
Yeah,
think was
they
the
always
sponsor.
had some big sponsor for
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, so it was the same one though, but they I was playing in front of 2,000 people, and I at this point I had not fully invested myself into doing music. Like, I was still like in that scared, I don't know if I can do this, insecure mode. And I went on that stage, and like up to that point I was with all the other artists that I was performing against technically. And then when they went up there, they were pretty much the same person, all of them. And for the most part, from what I had experienced getting to know them behind the scenes, well, then I went up there and I watched videos of myself, and I thought I was being the same. See, I think that's the problem too, is a lot of times we get on that stage and we think we're being exactly the same as we are off the stage, and we don't always catch it unless someone points it out or we're aware of it or we become aware of it. And I was not aware of how I just go into like this little mousy mode. And I was
You're the
like,
opposite.
and
Yeah.
I thought I was going up there all confident and ready to roll, and I was gonna do really well. I didn't necessarily want to be there fully, but I was like mostly because of my fears. And I think though that like you said, that it's hard whenever artists go on stage and there's somebody different than who they are off the stage. I think sometimes, me always trying to give grace, I think sometimes they don't know they're doing it. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think people are aware that that's
Or
what's
it's that
happening.
they have to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
For whatever reason they tell themselves they don't, but they've had a manager tell them that, or they've had a
Right.
producer, or they've had
Or the
someone else.
industry, the whole freaking industry tells us what we're supposed to be like. And
Yep.
it's like, but the thing is artistry is supposed to be individualism. You're supposed to be a piece of art
Yeah.
that you're bringing to the table.
But we're
Artists
scared to
are supposed
death.
to,
We're scared to
huh?
death to do it. We're scared to death to do it on our own terms because it's like that's what we want, but don't you dare do it or we won't like you. It's like, and people don't realize the pressure the music industry puts on us. Like,
Yeah.
you have to be this, but you do one thing, and then someone's gonna say, "Well, you could do that better," or "Why don't you do that?"
Well, and like, and the thing is, the industry as a whole has put these expectations and these guidelines while also doing extreme gatekeeping. And I could go down a whole rabbit hole on that,
Yeah.
but I'm just going to say that it's ridiculous. And anyone out there that might be watching this that are, which we have 7 people watching, by the way, right now.
I have
So
70
yay!
people.
I wasn't sure we'd have anybody here on YouTube because this was just it's the only way we could figure this sucker out. But I just anyone watching that is an artist or that wants to do any kind of performance thing at all, or just in life in general, don't let the expectations of what, kind of like we talked about earlier, expectations of others stop you from doing the and using the gifts that God's given you. And it's crippling to constantly be worried about what other people think. And you know what? I write music. I don't write like people in Nashville write. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with how they write. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with how I write or whatever, that there's any right or wrong. The thing is that is if you're staying true to who you are and what you believe in, your standards, your beliefs, you might not make it. I might never make it just because the fact that I have, expectations for myself that are different than some people. And that's fine. But if I make it, that'd be great too. And either way though, I am content and happy with the person that I am. And
Yeah.
so whether I make it or don't, that's beside the point. I'm gonna always like love the people that I encounter. I've told people recently at shows, they're like, "Why aren't you on these big old stages?" It's so sweet. People are so freaking sweet, and they're like, "Why aren't you on these big old stages? Why aren't you in Nashville? All this stuff." And I'm like, "Well, you know what? Honestly," and they asked me if I've tried out for The Voice. I'm like, a few times. Um, and it's like, but they're like, why are you not? And I'm like, well, you know what? Honestly, I'm glad that right now, right in this moment, I'm here because I wouldn't have met you. I
Right.
wouldn't have been able to have this experience in this moment with you, brought this joy and this light and this entertainment to your day. And you know what? That's enough for me right now. And I'm the thing is though too is what's cool is like you know how people come and dance when we play and it's always a party when they get on that dance
Oh
floor, man.
yeah.
It's always like, I mean, it's a good show until people dance, then it's a great show.
Oh, I always tell people like, "Listen, we don't. Was it weird if we danced and you're playing?" I'm like, "We played better."
When
Like
you
kids
dance,
say, if you were at
at
a
least in
honky
our heads
tonk
we
and
do.
there is a dance floor, when we have to play to that gigantic pine wood dance floor and there ain't a soul on it, it's awful. Even 2 or 3 couples dancing, I will turn my mood right around.
Oh yeah, and the thing is I tell people, and this I always try to encourage dancers because just like we were talking earlier, how people uh, they they can't do what we do. Well, I can't dance
Me
to
neither.
save my life at, at all. And so many wonderful gentlemen have tried to offer to teach me, and I'm like, sir, I value your feet. I'm sorry. But I always tell people, and I know you've heard me say this, I live vicariously through the dancers on the dance floor. I
Oh
love
yeah,
to
yeah,
play music and watch them dance to what I'm creating. And
yeah.
it's like so exciting to see them to be they become a part of the art in that moment. And I'm sorry, that's like made me all freaking emotional right now. I'm trying not to cry.
Well, and
But
it's funny because like if a friend of mine ever does, because all my friends know it's like the karaoke thing, like dancing terrifies me. I'm like, I'm the musician. I don't know how to do this. At the T3R award show this year, there was a band dancing and one of my DJ friends, I made a joke. I was like, "Hey, are you a very good dancer?" And he was like, "I'm not too bad." I'm like, "Well, I'm terrible. Like it's embarrassing. It's awful." Well, I shouldn't have said that. Because in the next song, he grabs me, he's like, "Come on, show me how bad you are." And it was really fun. Like, it was super sweet and it was the cutest little thing. But I got like so worked up in my head about it. Of like, I have to follow. I don't follow. I lead everything in my life. How am I supposed to follow you? I start analyzing everything. And it's funny, it's like put a fiddle in my hand and let me show up on a stage and like, I'll do anything you want. But you want me to count one, two, three, four. I ain't gonna do it. So, yeah, it's funny how mentally like dancers think, "Oh, well, we can't play, so we dance." I'm like, I dance because I play because I can't dance.
You're right.
It's hilarious.
Oh gosh. No, that's so true. Same here. Oh my word. So I just realized that there is a ton of people commenting on our YouTube.
Oh, good. I don't
So
have it pulled up. Do you
they
have
thought
the
we
comment?
were they thought we were ignoring them. I'm so sorry. I
Oh,
just saw the chat. I apologize. Okay, so Bob Walker is there. Good
hey,
evening.
Bob.
Chuck from with Volbro Media
Hi,
is
Chuck.
here. And we got Bible reading Grammy. I wonder who that is.
That's my mother.
Yeah.
Y'all check out my mom's YouTube. She's the Bible reading Grammy. She's pretty
She's a
great.
sweetie too.
She's
And
pretty
I could
great.
listen like she's like Matthew McConaughey when she reads, like it's like soothing,
It
like
is.
with her
I always
southern
complain like,
drawl.
Mom, you need to do that app where you read the entire Bible and people use you for your audio of the Bible. Like
Right?
I like
For sure.
doing that. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
it's cool. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're just sitting here
Yeah.
shooting the breeze.
Yes. And if you want to share the video and let other people be scarred for life, go ahead. Um,
Hey, I must say, this is very mild compared to how we are in the car.
well, that's just not stuff you discuss with the public. That's
Okay,
just
well,
all it's not like
let's
bad.
segue into that topic because let me tell you, I've been playing music a long time. I'm in year 27 of my fiddling this year. I think I'm
I'm in year
pro.
22. On the 19th, it'll be 22 years since I started playing guitar.
There you go. We're in that double decade thing now at
I
this
know.
point. And I've had a lot of friends in music, so many friends I have right now. I feel entirely too blessed for as many good friends as I have. But having a best friend who does it has been just like so different the last few years. And I think people will ask me sometimes, they're like, you and Cynthia seem pretty close. I'm like, y'all. I mean, if we don't send each other, we've had a face, we don't even text because our phones can't keep up. We just
Yeah.
keep it. Poor Facebook Messenger has been putting up with us for years. Like it is, very rarely do we go a day and don't send something. Like it is what you see with us on stage or whatever. Like
Right now.
it is just as real and stupid as it is off stage. And that's something I'm super thankful for being a female artist.
Same.
Ooh, it's hard to trust people as much in this industry. That's as much negative talk as I'm gonna embrace right
You.
now of our industry. We could go on and on about the negative sides, but we're not going to do that.
Hey,
But one of the hard things is having honest to goodness friends in this business because sometimes they just I've been burned by a lot of people who I thought were really close, and it's for different reasons. Sometimes it's music, sometimes it's not. But being 40 now, you being in you're not 40. You're not 40 yet. You're
not
like
yet.
late 30s.
I'm
I think
trucking right behind you though.
right, here she comes, knocking on the door. It's
I'm knocking
really
yet. I'm still a little ways away. For the love.
little bit. It's really fun to have someone at this point in my career that I just don't have to worry about, and that's me and you. Like it's been as real as it could possibly be from day one. And what was so special to me about meeting you is I don't have a ton of people who are good friends post when my life went through some really hard stuff a few years ago. Got divorced, had an insanely horrendous divorce during the year of 2020. It was awful. And you came along in the middle of that.
Yep.
I mean, like right in the middle of it.
I
And
got so
honestly,
much writing material
oh my
for
gosh.
days.
Yes, I felt like when I would send Cynthia messages, I was like, you can, this is a song. Just write the song. And you did. You did write several that were inspired by me, I like to say. But yeah, I think it's really important. Musicians and artists, we need those few
People.
people in our lives that just get it. And it's not that my friends who
Yep.
don't play music they're incredible, they're great. Everybody's in my life for a reason. But it's when you see me posting a silly green room picture of me and you, like that's the real shot. I have a whole collection of funny face selfies. I have more of those probably than good ones because that's just what we do. And so if you know other artists find your people. Like you got to find your people. You got to find who you can be you with in
Yep.
the car on the way to the gig, in the car on the way back from the gig, because those are always two different car
Those
rides.
are different people.
Those are different people in the car.
Depends on how the show goes too.
Now, also depends on how the show goes. There's a lot of factors in you getting along with people in this career, in this industry. Like, you have to be nice to everybody. And we're just genuinely nice people. We're not going to be For the most part. Me,
Just kidding.
not so
The
much,
makeup
but
fixes.
it's important to have people behind you can trust. And for you being I was so skeptical of female lead singers. I was just like, oh, I don't know if that's like what I want to do. Like working with a girl, that's going to be hard. And you've been the one that stuck by me through the thick of it. No,
Oh,
it's been
don't
good.
make me
Yeah.
cry.
No,
God.
it's
I
special
actually
to
did my
have.
makeup today.
I know. It's special to find your people no matter what you do, but in our industry, when you see me and Cynthia tag each other, it's legit the real deal. We ain't no
We're the hot mess express and proud.
chugga chugga. Okay, hey, this is another thing. I love the meme, and people can comment on this. How many chugga chuggas come before a choo choo? Have we had this conversation before?
uh no. And I was trying to count.
Everybody hears it differently. I saw this meme one day and now I like bring it up as conversation starters. How many chugga chuggas before a choo choo for you?
Hey,
Yeah, me too. I think it was a couple of people in my family were like five or chugga 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 choo. I think four was like another answer. So
it
yeah.
needs to be an even number, period, because
No, I was on the
timing.
road. I was on the road with Johnny Woods one weekend. Woods one weekend. That's kind of hard to say. And I saw that on social media, and it became like the running topic of that show. Like the guys would walk up to someone and go, "How many chugga chuggas come for choo choo, man?" Like it started a whole thing, and then it was like, "No, man, it's six. No way, it's eight." So I'm like, "What did I do?" So
What
yeah,
did
there
you
you go.
open the can
Well,
of worms? Oh
oh,
gosh, Bob Walker said, huh?
huh?
Bob Walker said, I cannot see either of you not being nice. You're both so great to everyone. Oh,
Oh, that's so sweet. We try to be.
yeah. Although I've thrown a couple humdinger sentences at Bob occasionally because he's my weird unrelated uncle.
That's right.
So I mean,
Bob is our weird related uncle. He's everyone's uncle. It's
yeah,
great.
he's
Yeah,
he's awesome.
Bob's seen us through some times.
Yes, and also everybody always thinks he's my dad, especially since the coming home song. Because when I say
Really?
I'm a veteran's daughter, my dad was Navy, and Bob always is at shows with his Navy hat on, and people will be like, they've come up to him and asked him if I was his daughter, and they've come up to me and been like, "Is that your dad over there sitting by your husband?" I'm like, because he's always sitting by Wes too.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, that's just a really good friend.
Yeah, Bob family. We
He's
love
my
Bob.
friend. He's my friend who's a fan,
That's
and
right. Your
he's
friend.
been along for the ride for a while now. He but pre Texas,
Yeah.
so that's
Yeah,
amazing to
it's
me.
fun when you can have people that have, stuck with you. And that's what I like about being a side person is I get to play in a lot of different bands. So I deal with fan bases of all kinds, shapes, colors, you name it. Different bands have really interesting fan bases, and it's fun to have the Bobs out there. There's no other Bob, obviously, but we do have some pillars of people in our industry that if a certain person comes to a show, it's just going to be a good show, or if someone and it's not even musicians, it's just fans and people who've shown us love,
Yeah,
you
we've
know?
had a lot of really good experiences with fans. We've had some amazing, I
Yeah.
mean, that have become friends. Like that
Yeah.
we're interact on Facebook, and when they come to shows, it's a hug. It ain't no handshake up in here, but
Oh yeah,
oh,
that's if you ever see me at a show, like automatically assume I'm gonna hug you. Like we're huggers around these parts.
around these parts. Oh, Noni just commented, "Hello, ladies. It's me, Noni, listening while on the
I
tractor brush hogging new country as cornbread is that." What? Wait,
I
what?
was
What did I just read?
read that again.
Listening while on the tractor brush hogging how country as cornbread is that. Oh, we missed an
Ah,
apostrophe. My brain did not compute.
Nani, that is country as fried cornbread, let me tell you. Yeah, she commented earlier and was
Because
like,
listen,
she said, I might be brush hogging, but I'll be listening. And I actually have a show with her this weekend.
you
I
do have
do,
one
yeah.
coming up.
I
Oh,
have a
that's right.
show.
That's right. In
Yeah.
Oklahoma.
In
Ardmore?
Oklahoma. I have a show in Oklahoma. I'm so happy. I live in Oklahoma and I never get to play in Oklahoma. It is
For
ridiculous.
now. You live in
For
Oklahoma
now.
for now.
Yeah, I'm
Now, if
working
I
on
could get
that.
a house, you could rent a room, and then
That's
you
what
could
we
also.
decided. And then we'll start hating each other when we live together. But that's okay. That's what friends do. But yeah,
No, wouldn't.
I have a gig with Blacktop Bloodline Saturday night in Ardmore. Don't ask me where. It's in Ardmore. Google it. You'll figure it
You
out.
are the worst about knowing where you're going.
I am. And I used to never
I'm the
be like
second
that.
worst.
Okay, that is something that I will say has gotten worse the longer I've played music because now they just all kind of roll together. But I never know what time a show starts. I just know what time I have to be there. Some people go, "Hey, we're gonna come to the show. What time to start?" I don't know. I've been here since 2. Look
Right?
it up. I always feel bad, but I never ever know when showtime is or where the venue is. I get sent an address and a load-in time, and that's all I care about. So it is true. If
My
anybody asks
biggest,
me,
speaking of that, on that subject of load in, all that jazz, that has been my biggest struggle is like I am not like I'm an organized person for the most part for like me. But trying to make sure I get each musician in my band their information and location and get it from the sound guy. And sometimes the venue changes stuff from the
mm,
sound guy or vice versa, or we're the sound guy. And I'm like, well, how much time do we have to load in? I mean, trying to get all those details and line them out and iron them up. People don't understand how time consuming and frustrating that can
yeah,
be. And sometimes, you're talking to a venue and they're just chatting back and forth really good. And if you don't take that time and like really nail down your details, sometimes they won't get back with you for a week, possibly longer. And I'm like, oh my Lord. So, I mean, no,
that's
most venues
also
are pretty good, but
yeah,
yeah.
that's why I don't even care to ask my artists till like the day before of a show. Like I've got a show tomorrow, I've got a show Saturday. I don't, they'll tell me because how many times I've called my artist at the first of the week, be like, hey, do you have any information on the show this weekend? And they'll be like, no, I'm waiting on a sound guy or whatever. So there's a reason when I don't have information. It's not because I don't care. It doesn't matter to us. People don't realize that when you come to a show, like we've been there all day, I've already probably changed. I show up looking like a homeless person.
You
Like
do.
who you see on stage and who you see show up at sound check are two totally different people.
If anyone would have seen us on video earlier today, both of us, no makeup, my hair was like poof. And you,
Oh yeah. Yeah. Did she comment, Mom? Oh yeah. Where's the show? Look at the comments. Did
it's the
Nani just
station
say?
in Ardmore.
Yeah.
I forgot to tell you where you're going.
She
Laughing
hasn't
face. It's the
told me yet. I
station,
don't even know
Ardmore.
where I'm playing on Saturday. I think I saw a post about it, but I didn't retain it.
Don't wreck your
The
tractor, Noni.
station.
Don't
Yeah, don't
wreck
break
your
the track.
tractor.
Yeah,
Trying to
the
comment.
station in Ardmore. That's what my mom said. I don't know.
The station.
But yeah, that's it. If I apologize to people in advance, like when they ask about show info, it is not because I don't care, but it doesn't matter to me. Like that, what when you show up at your time to come to the show is not my show up time. So
Yep.
we have what's called load in and sound check times.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the only times that musicians care about. Like we don't know when we just wait and then they tell me. Like I usually don't even
Time's
ask.
kind of important too.
Yeah, sometimes, but you'll find out.
Ending.
You'll
Ending's very
discover.
important.
Yeah, and I am a little of information possible person. Like I don't know, it's weird. I guess you just do it for so long. I know what matters. I know what's important for me to know, and I know what's important for you to know. And that's why we even had this conversation this week of when you do have a tour manager or you do have a manager or someone, there are people who take care of so much of that. And when you're an independent artist, you have to do all of it. Like it is up to Cynthia to tell me what time our load in and sound check is, and
Yeah, good
it's a
luck.
lot. And that's the average Texas artist you see out there. Most of them are all doing it ourselves. Like
Yeah.
there's some of them out there who've been very blessed to have great management and incredible tour managers. And I know Bree Bagwell, man, she's got the most incredible TM. It's a chick. I don't remember what her name is. I apologize, but she was like she just does everything you could possibly think of when you're at a show. So all you got to focus on is playing. Like some shows are like that. Some people have that if they're on the road all the time, but a lot of us little small fries in the big order of French fries, those little
Those
ones.
little like crunchy pieces in the bottom of
Yeah, the little ends, when you get a pack, a order of fries that you're like, man, I got the end of this bag. That's me and Cynthia. We're the end of the fry bag,
Like,
not the
those are
small
my
fries.
favorite French fries. Is the little
Because
crunchy ones.
you can pick up like a handful of them and just down them, and yeah, best part of the end
You're
of the
supposed to
fries.
chew.
Yeah. Oh no, they go down. But yeah, it depends on what level you're at in your career. Certain things get handled, certain things don't, and it makes it hard on artists. So for me, as a side person, for me to show up, I'm not gonna ask you questions. I'm not. I'm gonna be the last. You come tell me. Like that's what you want something. You if I need to know something, you're gonna tell me before I ask you. Because I've been on the road with people who they have musicians who ask them a million questions, and I'm over there going, they're gonna kill them. This is their last gig. They're gonna fire them. I'm never gonna see this person again because they asked too many questions.
I ask so many freaking questions.
Mhm.
Well, and my thing too is like when
But
I
you're
met
the
shows,
artist. You can do that. Like that's your job.
but
I'm
you
talking
know
about
what?
like us side people. We don't need to know all that
So
crap.
on the
Like you're
flip
there to
side
play
of
a
it,
job.
okay, yeah, I get what you're saying. Everything. Your thing is like, you're good with less questions. I have to ask the questions, like you said. But
Yeah.
I still feel like so overbearing because, like, especially at new venues where I don't know the staff, I don't know the setup, I don't know how many things going to go or where everything's at or what's okay or what's not, and everything. Like, I recently had a show and I just kept going up to it. I'm like, I'm sorry to bother you again, or like, I swear I'm not a diva. Like, I have to like prelude my question with I always do this
Yeah.
whole like this thing too, and I'm not sure if this is actually helpful, but this is what I do. This is a little hand clap. But yeah, what are you looking at?
I opened my Facebook and you were on there screaming
Oh,
at me. It's like, shut up! Stop yelling at me.
oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Uh,
So what else? What else topic you got?
okay, so these are the subjects, and you pick which one. Okay,
Okay.
on stage and performance, band and rehearsal life, tour life and travel, music making and studio tales, social media, uh, Texas specific musician humor.
Oh, can we do that one?
Okay. So it's got several different things in it. Let me see. Here we go.
Okay.
Wait, that's the wrong spot, Cynthia. I don't know what I'm doing. Um, hmm. Trying to tune your guitar while the drummer is playing in the background.
Oh, that's a good one. That's true. That always happens.
Um, hotter than a $2 pistol. Summer shows in Texas.
Oh
Um,
gosh, that's true. I didn't have too many this year. I only had a couple. And it's so for us fiddle players, like oh, summer shows outside are horrific because if you play an
you play and
old
they suck.
if you play well, yeah, they're horrible, but if you play a cranky 200-year-old fiddle like I do, because I'm an idiot, um, I'm guaranteed like I'm gonna have to get a bow rehair after a couple of outdoor shows. I'm gonna need new strings. Like there's if you see me cranky after it's not I'm usually mad because my fiddle is just falling apart. Like all the money I will make in a summer outdoor gig will go right to my repairman in Oklahoma City, and it will be
Really,
too
that's rough.
too much to fiddle. So yeah, they're extra rough for string players for sure.
Yeah, they're a was it climate controlled situation there.
Yes. Yep.
So like
Yeah.
I think that like my biggest thing is trying to decide on what to wear to outdoor gigs when it's hot, because if I wear
Oh
too light of a
yeah.
color, like a light blue, like I got this light blue like fluffy shirt, and it doesn't stick to me or nothing. But when you have a strap going across and across your back and then a guitar that sits across your front, when I take that sucker off, half my shirt is light blue, the other half is dark blue, and it's nasty. And I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh no.
My I don't want to call it like a look, but like my pull off my hat here. My
We're talking with our
attire
hands now.
like I don't know what to say. It's making me nervous. I'm more of a jackets, hats. Anyone sees me play, I'm a layer gal. Like I love my little old lady jackets and my little pants, and I have like. And so when I play summer gigs, I'm like, I don't get to wear my cute jackets, and I don't get to wear my old lady
I feel that
clothes.
because I have so many cute jackets I can't wear in the summer, and plus they like are the only thing that give me shape Because I'm like, straight
Yes,
now.
yes. Oh, and
When
it's
you knocked your hat off, I heard Wes in the other room. He was like chuckling and cackling.
glad I can make you laugh, Wes. That's what I'm here for. But yeah, attire is honestly my biggest pet peeve about outdoor shows. It's like I can't look as cute as I want to look, and that frustrates me because then we gotta wear something that's like doesn't hide things, and then you feel very exposed and. You know, and I see all these other young little kittens in Texas that look
Little
just,
kittens.
they just look like $1,000,000 in 200 degrees. And I'm like, honey, how do you look so cute? Like, I don't look that cute when it's hot.
I don't look that cute when it's cold.
That's
I
crazy.
mean, my cute stage is kind of like 10 years ago. We're
So
past
what
that.
was the first thing on that list? There was one that I almost said I wanted. The What
Wait,
was the
what?
first, like the first of that topic list that you said?
On stage and performance.
On stage and performance. Yes, what about it?
Okay. Weirdest thing shouted from the crowd is one of them.
I was playing a show one time with Ragland, and a
Hey,
gal
PG.
hollered, I know, the gal hollered, wanted Autumn to sing a Kesha song. So in the middle of the show, like she hollers, "Do you know any Kesha?" And I was just like we get weird requests all the
Oh
time.
yeah,
It
me too.
happens. But a Kesha
Yeah.
song, like that was one of the weirdest things that I've ever heard hollered at a show. Like, who are you and why are you here? Like, that's one of the weirdest things I've had hollered at a show. Yeah.
I think my weirdest thing is probably not even from the audience. It was from the person I was sharing the stage with, but we're not going to say what it was. Anyways, moving on. But no, I think the
Oh,
weirdest to me personally was when I'm acoustic by myself on stage and they're like, play Freebird. I'm like,
oh
have you been
God.
watching how I play, y'all? I mean,
Well,
there's no Freebird
this
happening here.
happens. This thing that I'm going to say happens every few shows, and it's frustrating for me because if you've seen me play from the minute the first downbeat hits, like I'm all in, it's 110%. And certain shows, people will be, enjoying their libations a little more than others, and then that makes the remarks that we get quite entertaining. And I love when people come up to me and go, "When you gonna play that fiddle? I want to see you tear it up." Y'all been here for like last hour and a half? Like I've had a solo in every song.
It's
Like that is
probably
another
because
thing.
you move around so much they don't even realize you're on the
I guess
stage.
maybe like, oh, you're the one playing the fiddle up there. I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah. That's the frustrating things that I get hollered at, and it happened last week. Like this gal comes up, when you? She looked at me and goes, "When you gonna tear it up there?" Go away, drunk person. That's all I could think in my head. So yeah, that's frustrating.
Rare that I feel that way, but it does happen from time to time. I mean, most of the time, everyone is super sweet. I mean, I don't know if your experience has been the same as mine at my shows specifically. Like, I feel like I have some of the best
You do.
fans out there. Like,
You do.
people at my shows just freaking blow my mind. I makes me want to freaking cry. And my mom's gonna get on me for saying freaking so much. But anyways, if she watches this, but no, I literally am just always so blown away with just not only the fans, but the staff, the venue owners. I mean, I literally have had such an amazing group of people come behind me and
Well,
and
there
support what I'm doing.
you set a standard. Like you're definitely one of those artists that you set an expectation of, hey, this is I'm not gonna go into a place and this is not, it's a you carry the light and you walk in and people just kind of I don't know. I've worked with some artists who don't take that serious and they don't care about that stuff and it shows and that's why they'll have a crappy show that night. But surrounding yourself with the right people and the right attitude and the people your camp is everything. Like we throw that word around a lot as musicians, like you know so and so's camp or their camp. Like it's who you have. That's a musician, that's a Texas or just a musician term is when you're on your band is your camp, that's what we call it. And certain camps are just rooted in something different. We opened for Kinfo 2 weeks ago, and they have the most insanely amazing camp, like the best band camp in Texas. There is nobody touring in Texas right now that has the solid unit that Kinfo has behind the scenes. Everybody that's involved in making a Kinfo show happens is incredible. So like that, you know, when you get a show with Kinfo, it's going to be good. Like they set the standard. Bree is like that. I got to play a show with Bree a few months ago. Showing up at the gig was just like everything was great. Her camp was incredible, and you're of that same caliber. You surround your camp is small, and we like it that way. But you are setting the pieces in play to have the right people around you, and that's why you get good shows. I believe that 100%. Who you surround yourself with makes your whole career.
It is true, and I've been very blessed to be like get to know a lot of amazing people just in the last year. I mean, it literally has been crazy. I can't wait till you move here because we are
I
gonna
know.
do some damage, girl.
So I have a
In like the
question. This is
best
a fun
way. In
one.
like
This
in a
is a
good
fun
way, y'all.
one.
A good way.
This is a fun question, and I have a couple of different answers for this. For me, when we get to meet artists all the time, especially in Texas, it's almost every show is like a family reunion. Who is an artist that you've met that knew who you were? Like, have you had an experience where you go to meet an artist and then they go, "Oh yeah, like I know who you were." Like, has that happened to you?
It so like a first time meeting or like meeting for like the fourth
Doesn't
time.
matter. Yeah, whatever. Just whatever.
I
Like,
mean,
what's a
so like
good positive meeting you had?
a first time meeting, it's not necessarily always artists. It shocks me whenever like other people's management or promoters know who I
Other
am.
people in the camp. Yeah.
Yeah, that just I'm like, oh, I'm like, I sit there. They're like, yeah, I know you, and I'm like, oh, I wish I could say the same. And I'm like, I really do wish because I want to know people and get to know them, and I want to remember names. I am the worst, but no, I think the one that was my favorite, even though it was like, I think it was like the third or fourth time that we had interacted, but I was like, I don't know if you remember me, and she was like, yeah, I
That's
did.
always Cynthia's segue. She will always go, I don't know if you remember me.
I am a little memorable sometimes.
It works.
Depends on the day. But no, Brie Bagwell when she was like, yeah, of course. Like she acted like I was ridiculous for thinking she didn't
She did
remember
the
me.
same thing to me. Exact same thing to me.
I was
Yes.
like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Yeah. It
My
was when
bad.
I met her, it was funny because I kind of did the same thing. I was like, I don't know if you, like, we've never, she goes, oh, good grief, Lauren, I know who you are.
Well,
And I'm
and
like,
then Noni. Noni knew who I was. Like, I'm
yeah.
like, I had never met her. And then she's like, I'm Noni and you're Cynthia. And I'm like, I am Cynthia. Hi.
Yeah, it's a
It
little
was
weird
so cool.
when it happens with certain
Yeah.
people. I have two that were really, really cool. So one, as far as Texas music concerned, not this last year at the T3R award show, but year before, in 2024, I
Yep.
had never in person, and this is stupid, but I'd never met Brady Black, Randy Rogers' fiddle player.
Oh,
He is my all-time favorite Texas country fiddle player. Like
no.
we play songs a certain way because Brady played them that way first. Like he wrote the book on Texas country fiddling. And so been a fan of his since I was a teenager, right? I finally and he doesn't go to a lot of events, you know. That Randy they stay home unless they're playing.
Yeah.
And I respect that. But I saw Randy, everyone was like, Randy's here and he brought Brady. So there's like these little rumors going around. If Randy's at an award show, it's a big deal. And I finally see Brady and I'm like, there he is. I'm going to talk to him. I think I ditched you. I was like, I'm going to talk to Brady.
You're like, I'm
And
gonna
I
go meet Brady Black.
walked in and I like prepare the moment. I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is Brady Black. And I go up and was like, hey Brady, I'm Lauren Lee. It's nice to meet you. He goes, Lauren Lee, it's so good to finally meet you, man.
I was there though. I was
You
right
were
behind
there.
you listening
And
to
I
that. And I was
literally
like,
this is not how that interaction was supposed
you
to go.
played
Like,
it cool though.
I
You
did.
did. You were like, oh,
I was like,
okay.
oh, that's cool. Yeah, I mean,
I'm over here like, she's freaking out.
oh gosh, I was dying. And then the best one and my biggest one ever that I ever met that this happened to me was Jason Mraz.
I thought you were gonna say me, but okay, whatever.
So Jason Mraz, the incredibly famous indie pop singer who just has some of the biggest hits that we've had in our generation, he played the Woody Guthrie Folk Festival several years ago. And I was so excited. Oh, he's like such a big hero of mine. And I walked up to him that night. He was hanging around the backstage area. So I go up and he's leaning on the stage eating a taco. Okay. I'm like, I'm gonna so do it right now. Like, this is the moment. No one's bugging him. So I walked up and he's stuffing his face with a taco. And I was like, hey, Jason, I'm gonna be that person right now and totally interrupt your taco. But I just wanted to meet you. And he takes his taco down and he looks at me and he goes, oh, you're Lauren Lee. I know all about you. I saw you play today. And takes another bite of his taco. And I'm like, what? And I just looked at him. I was like, what? He goes, I saw you play today. You're great. Stop it. Get out of town right now. Like, it freaked me out that he knew my name. He had heard me play. That was the biggest could not find my words moment. Like, starstruck was meeting Jason Mraz. And not meeting him introducing himself to me because he knew me. Like, that was stupid. And that's, like you said, that's happened to a lot of Texas country artists for us. They were like, oh, or I'll be like, they'll like, who you play for? I'll say, oh, I play with Cynthia Rausch. Oh, yeah, I met her. She's great. I love her. That's always fun. But yeah, meeting people is probably my favorite. Meeting not only just people, but our heroes. That's a big deal to me. Very, very big deal to me.
I think that's my favorite part of this whole industry. I mean, besides the music, we love the music, period. That's why we do it. But meeting new people like other artists, industry professionals, fans. Speaking of fans, what is your favorite interaction with a fan? Not traumatizing, favorite, good,
I've had a
good
few
interaction.
of those. Darn, we could spend some time on the
We're not
traumatizing
going
ones.
down that trail.
Um, okay, so I have friends in Oklahoma, and they came to a festival that I played at one time and brought me homemade champagne mustard, and it was delicious. Like, it's this champagne flavored mustard. It's so random and it's so delicious, and I'll never
Okay.
forget Jan walking up and being like, "Hey, Lauren, here you go," and I'm just like, "What are?" She's like, "Here, I brought you some mustard." I was like, that's really weird, but okay. So that was a weird one, a good one, but just like, hi, how you doing? Have some
So like
mustard.
a strange one, a fun, like cool one, and then like a kind of like funky, but like
Yeah, so
okay.
that was my weird one, getting offered mustard right off the bat.
Mustard.
Um, I don't a weird one. I've had a lot of really weird interactions in the Midwest area. Like, I did a few tours up in like Wisconsin and Minnesota, and I love those people up there, but they're a little different. And like, there was one gig where they brought me squeaky cheese. I don't know what squeaky cheese was. If anyone is watching and knows anything about like Wisconsin and the Midwest, like, they make these cheese curds and they're like, when you bite down on them, they squeak, like they squeak in your teeth, like the texture that they are. And so I played a gig and these people walked up and was like, here, we brought y'all some squeaky cheese. And I'm like, you people are weird. Like, who brings cheese? And it's not just cheese, like, it had to be squeaky cheese. So that was a weird one. When I played in Wisconsin, like, several people brought the artist I played for squeaky cheese. See your face. That's a good weird one.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a good like weird
God,
one.
a good. What was the other one that you said? Oh, a bad one.
Not a bad, but like a little like kind of funky, but like it wasn't terrible. Like it didn't devolve into you freaking out on somebody like you've done before.
Um,
No
I,
violence was involved.
I hate that my brain goes to this.
Oh Lord.
Probably the my
No names,
mom's
no
my mom is
locations.
gonna kill me. No, well, maybe I shouldn't because I don't have to say a name. People are gonna know who I'm talking about. So I was that idiot that got married one time to someone who owned a place that booked me to play. There's the backstory. And I look back, and the gig that I played for that guy was so weird. And I ended up marrying him, and it didn't work out. So that gig will forever be the weirdest gig of my life. That I was like, what happened? How
Like
did, why? Why? And then he wrote us a bad check. Like, on top of all that, like, he paid us and the check bounced. And so it was like everything about that gig like put my life on a trajectory that just changed everything. So that is the weirdest gig, was playing that. Yeah, anybody who knows my story, it didn't end well, but that was weird. Looking back, that was weird.
There was some flags.
There were some red flags I should have caught that night that
You know
I.
that dude with the red flag and green flag guy?
Yes, that, yeah, that runs back and forth. Yeah, that he should have been at that gig because I needed to see. I needed a red flag like the size of a billboard that night. That would I
Oh,
didn't see. I
been
will
there,
say
done
that. That was
well,
my
but
weirdest gig.
not married the red flag, but I've been around red flags. But
Yes,
you know,
yes.
I've been the red flag if we're being completely honest, occasionally, but you know, we're all work in progress. I think the weirdest for me, okay, so like I'm gonna categorize it a little bit. So gift, weirdest gift slash tip was when I had a hair dread wrapped up in $1 in my tip jar. And it was the only tip I got the whole night. I thought there was a mouse
Oh,
in there.
we didn't put up the topic of like what's some weird stuff you found in the tip jar.
I
That's
don't
pretty
know if we
weird.
should put that up there. I don't know, because I know you've had some humdingers. You could put me to shame on that one.
I've seen some
Uh,
pretty interesting things in a tip jar.
yeah, my turn. Tip
Yes,
jar, hair dread in
bread.
a
That's pretty
dollar.
great. That's
That
pretty
was
great.
weird. I didn't even want to keep the dollar, but I did.
I mean, come on, we're broke.
But apparently, I found out later, like, apparently giving someone a piece of your dread is like a sign of respect and admiration.
Oh, okay.
Supposedly, I'm not sure how accurate that information is. I didn't Google it. It's just when I was telling somebody, they were like, "Oh, this is what that means," and I'm like, "Okay, well, it must be the truth, you know." But anyways,
I'm
uh,
gonna choose to believe that because it's too weird.
well, and then I had a really cool thing that was given to me. Was Laura Klossmeyer
Yes,
out of
we
Wichita,
love
Kansas.
Laura.
We love
Love
Laura.
Laura.
And she brought me at one of my shows. She brought me a bunch of Oreo bites and a what's it
Scarf.
called? A scarf that she made her and a hat she made herself. And I still have them, and they are warm and wonderful, and I love them to death. And she brought those.
Laura,
I was like,
Laura,
serious?
Laura is super special in our music community up in
Everyone
Kansas.
knows her here.
No,
Everybody.
nobody knows. If you play in Kansas, you know
No,
all
no, no.
about Laura.
They know her
Oh,
here.
they do. Good.
People
Good.
know her here. Yeah,
Yeah.
artists and promoters and like they know who. If you say Laura Klossmeyer, they know that name. She is
I
famous.
played the
Red
wave
Dirt
in
famous.
April. I played the wave in April with Johnny Woods, and she was there. That was the last time I saw her, was in April.
Oh,
I'd like to see her again, but yeah, she's that. I don't have a scarf. She's never given me a scarf, but she has. She's amazing, amazing, amazing person.
she is, and she's got such a heart for the Red Dirt community. She's just the
Yep.
country music period. Like she just loves music, and she's such a
Yeah.
joyful person. And it just makes me happy just to even think about her. But
Yep.
so that was the coolest thing I was ever given. And from a fan, and then I had the other one, which was the weirdest thing. But like my favorite interaction with a fan, it's hard to pick because I've
Right.
had so many like awesome people say and do amazing things, and just well, okay. So the most shocking interaction with a fan, Bob, if you're still here,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
was
Calling
when
you
he
out.
drove 6 hours to come to my show in Sharon, Kansas, from here in Texas, to come and just listen to me with my show for my EP release party. And he drove all the way to little old tiny Sharon from Alvarado, Texas, and did that. I was blown away. I was like, I've never seen anyone do that other than you. But you weren't exactly, you were a fan, but you weren't, you know what I mean? Like you were
I
my
was only
best.
there because I was gonna play. Like, come
Yeah,
on.
but you drove like, what was it, 4 hours
Yeah, it
to
was
come
about 4 hours to
my
get to
show
Sharon.
with my first band in the Sharon Park? And so like and I didn't even pay you for that.
I don't think you did. My mom and dad
Pay
brought me.
anything at that show. I lost money at that show, but oh, Bob Rutro.
Ruh-roh. Calling you out, Bobby.
He didn't know that I was going to say something nice, but no, I thought it was the coolest thing when he showed up. I was
That
just
is
like
cool.
shocked.
Yeah,
But
sometimes seeing certain people at gigs will really get me. Like, I'm one of those, if you are a friend and you come to a gig and I didn't know it, like, I'm gonna make a big deal out of it. I'm gonna be, yeah, I don't know. I see people go, oh, it's so cool. Thanks for coming. Like, how do you just say, oh, cool, thanks for coming? Where I'm not like, what the heck are you doing here? And we're like all having a huge hugging moment. Like, we're very animated around here.
right?
That's really sweet. That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah,
I
see, mine was yours were all weird.
I will have another cool one that I had was I played this also in Kansas. Oh, one of my good gig memories are in Kansas. It was a really horrendous show, terrible, terrible show that I had to play at Johnny Woods. We were great, just the every condition and situation. It was part of the state
Thanks.
fair, and it was awful. Oh, it was just a rough, rough, rough gig. But anyway, these friends of mine, her name's Emma. She's an amazing photographer in Kansas, and she always comes and shoots our shows. And she wears a Johnny Wood shirt. So she has one of the pictures she took of Johnny. It's really cool. You know, she always wears it. And she came to a show and she was wearing it. And I was like, oh, that's great. Well, then the show started and she had made a shirt with me under it. Like, so she took off Johnny's shirt and then wore my shirt all night.
Ah,
That was fun. That was pretty cool, like seeing someone make a shirt for me. Yeah,
Bob
that was,
did that too.
yeah,
Bob showed up not only with shirts with my face on it, but
yeah,
like, which was weird,
yeah.
but like sweet. But I was like, I've never had my face on someone's shirt before, so that was just a new experience.
Okay, so
Um,
that's funny because, like, I don't know if you are aware of this, but like growing up on 90s country and being huge fans of, you know, Reba, Trisha, you name them, there was a time that concert shirts, and they still do it in country, will put huge pictures of Reba used to have, I mean, her hair was like this
everywhere.
big, and I know Carrie Underwood has done it. Like, these females are still carrying that on where you just put your big old face on it. And I'm like, I don't want my face that big on anyone's body.
Think that's bad. My face is huge on my flyer on stage. And every time it's so funny because I wear the same outfit or something similar to what's in that picture. And I
Yeah,
open it up and then I step out behind it and it's like, I just came to life. Like,
real life version.
and it's so weird. I always feel so nervous whenever I'm going to put this sign up. But recently I had a lady come up to me and she's like, I just love that you put the sign up. She goes, because it had been a row of artists that had played, and she goes, nobody else had a sign. So I was like, well, they're good, but I don't know who they are. And she
Yeah.
goes, you had a sign, and it was so nice to be able to be like, oh, I can look her up, and I know her name, and da da da. And I was like,
Yeah.
I always get
I
so
kind of
uncomfortable.
I kind of like to give you crap over that sign being pulled out. I'm like, oh, there she is, Cynthia Rausch.
In all my giant face glory.
I
Oh,
love giving all my artists crap over their merch. Like, oh my
no,
gosh, could your name be
really.
on one more thing? Like, how important do you think you are that you need your name on 15,000 koozies? But whatever.
In my defense, I never wanted merch. My husband did it. It wasn't my fault. And then
Merch is tough. Like, I don't know. I will. This is bad. Okay, I'm gonna tattle on myself. I will downright judge an artist by how much merch they have. Like when they are, okay, this is why, like if they're a newer artist or maybe someone I haven't heard of, when I very much keep up with who's hitting down there, who's playing, and I'll see one of these new country artists and you can tell that they've got investors or people who are, you know, investing money on them, which is great, but they will just have a slew. They'll have a boutique of merch. And I'm like, honey, you're the opener. Nobody knows who you are.
well, that's
Like,
how they learn.
that's
It's
how they learn
advertisement.
though. Like there's times that someone will come over and go, man, the opener's merch is better than the headliner. And sometimes, but I will give them crap in my mind. I'm like, this guy who thinks
So
he
you're the
knows.
person that people have to watch out for. You're the
Yeah.
one that's
Because
actually
I'll be
thinking
like,
me
why does
thoughts.
this guy think he needs 12 shirts? Like, come on. We don't need 12 versions of. And it's not very many times has that happened, but it has happened. So merch is always a huge conversation for us.
Oh my gosh. You're so judgy, but like sweet at the same time. It's a
My
good
thing is like I'm opinionated. Like I don't judge people by it, but I will think things. Like it doesn't mean that I'm gonna
Thing.
assume I'm not gonna assume this has anything to do like with a negative character or something, but like I played with this, we opened for this one guy and he had his face on his kick drum. No. Don't put your face on
I know.
anything on stage. I can't. I've had another show where that guy showed up and I was like, I can't look him in the eye. Like it bothered me and like you will forever be the guy that your face was on the kick drum that we had to backline. Like that was not, it's just stuff like that.
I'm starting to think that this is like a personal issue, not an actual
Probably,
like issue.
probably, very much so. Most likely.
I love you. Oh my
It's
gosh.
also
Okay.
being a girl on the road. I around guys all the time, so I get really bored and have to entertain myself. So we form opinions to stay entertained.
Sounds like a dangerous interlude.
Oh,
Anyway,
very scary. Very
very
scary.
scary. Well, I'll do one more question, and then we've been talking for an hour and a half almost.
That
So
does not surprise me.
me neither. Remember that time we did 2 hours and like totally didn't even realize it?
Oh yeah, that was a
You were there
whoopsie.
though. That was a lot more fun.
Yeah.
But okay, let's see. Tour life.
Oh boy,
Hold on. Let me try something
that's
different.
a loaded one.
Uh,
How can you love something and hate something so much at the same time? Gosh,
man.
gosh dang.
Okay. How about this? The best places to stop for gas station food.
Ooh,
Bucky's,
for sure,
hands
Bucky.
down.
For sure, Bucky's. I'm a Bucky's
Brisket.
gal. Yes. So I love so many things about Bucky's, but yeah, I play in bands where sometimes there's certain people in the band who like refuse to go to Bucky's, and there's like Bucky's haters out there. It's so
There's
sad.
people that think it's a cult. I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
It,
I currently play with certain artists who don't like Bucky's, and I think they're idiots. But Bucky's for sure. But I will be you see, okay, this is kind of funny because Allsups are just now kind of making a thing in Oklahoma, and Allsups have really, really good like hot box food, like chicken strips and
yeah,
little things you can grab for a snack. Their popcorn chicken pieces are like this big around. It's not even popcorn anymore. It's like
I
cookie.
know that's like a fillet.
Yes, this is no longer. This is not a piece of popcorn.
No,
Allsups. But yeah, Allsups has pretty good road food. Casey's can be a little sketch. You never know. Never know about Casey's. I've been in good Casey's. I've
depends
been
on
in sketch Casey's.
who's cooking, I
Huh?
guess.
What'd you
I
say?
because who's cooking and if they move the little sign forward or back, because the little roller thingies, if you get the wrong, oh, hey, hold on, someone. Okay, Noni, I guess I better take my picture off my kick drum for Saturday night gig.
No, she can do it because she's a girl. If you're a girl, you can, and you're the drummer, so there's no rules apply to her.
Sexist. I was
There's
like,
no rules apply to her in that
you
situation. She
you
plays
are
her own
setting us
drums.
back 30
She
years.
plays her own drums, so she can have whoever's face she wants on it.
Oh, it's her face and she's the
Yes.
drummer.
So
Oh,
that's
I forgot about
allowed. That's
that.
allowed.
Okay. And then Bob had a question. What is the worst thing you forgot to bring to a gig?
My fiddle.
No. Really? I forgot my guitar. Well, I didn't get
Um,
to the gig. We got halfway
this,
there.
yeah, go ahead.
No, sorry. Go ahead.
So
She's
my forgetting my fiddle story is it's awful. My mom is probably in there dying. It was a funeral. And it was for a family member. And it was raining. Like everything that could have gone wrong, absolutely. It was, yeah. We got me and my brother. My brother's my guitar player. It was a distant family member. It wasn't someone we were close to, but one of those aunts and uncles through marriage 14 times over. But anyway, they called me and said, "Hey, can you come play the service?" I was like, "Yeah." Sawyer and I get up. I remember it just being a super stressful morning, like just out of my head, not in my head game.
there.
And I grabbed my case and it was raining and ran out the door. Got there, setting up, get ready to play, and open my case, and my fiddle wasn't in there. Thankfully, it was 15 minutes from where I lived, so I called my mom in tears. I knew she was going to be livid. So she grabs it off the wall, wraps it in a towel. This is not Davy, this is the fiddle I played before.
Oh
I think it
man.
might have been 2 fiddles ago. She wraps it in a towel, comes like she's still in her pajamas, runs in the car, drives like crazy to the funeral. I get it out of the car in a towel. I'm running. So my poor brother had to play like the prelude music the entire time. I had it in time for like when everything started, but it was yeah, a funeral, Bob. That was the worst thing I ever forgot was my actual fiddle.
That's pretty bad. I forgot my guitar, but we were an hour down the road. We had a 2 hour drive. Thankfully, my brother ran to my house and grabbed my guitar and met us halfway,
Yeah.
and we were able to grab it and go on to the show.
Yeah.
The
Instruments, like that's the answer.
second worst thing was my guitar strap,
Yeah, that's a bad one.
and there was no stools. So
Oh no.
yeah, so I used the strap from the merch, or not the merch, the gig, the cord bag. I took the strap. To this
Mhm.
day, it has no strap because I took that strap and I tied it off with a shoestring around the
Yeah,
neck and then hooked it around. Oh my gosh.
that's pretty
It
great.
hurt my shoulder so freaking bad, and it was
Oh, I
like
bet.
this wide, and it's like it looked so stupid, but it worked. So yeah,
I
I
have
forgot.
forgot my makeup bag a lot. I've forgot clothes, stage clothes. That's normal. Like I've had several times where I have to wear my sound check clothes or I buy someone else's merch or the venue I'll be like, "Do y'all have a t-shirt?" I'm buying like, the most random
Oh,
bar
oh.
t-shirt.
Have you ever had any gear stolen?
Yeah, yeah, I've only had one time that my car has ever been broken into that I've had been stolen from. It was in Oklahoma City, and it was old as dirt, but it was an old in-ear rig that I had, and they swiped my backpack and my in-ear rig I wasn't using. Thankfully, I had all my gear with me. I was playing a gig. It was at a gig. That place is now closed, and I'm not too unhappy about that. But yeah, I an in-ear rig. I've not been hit as bad as some of my friends. Like I have friends who, God, I'm so sick of thieves. Like I'll beat a thief up.
The stockyards is really bad about having people break in and steal
And
gear.
then just while
Uh,
you're playing, like Chuck was in the chat earlier. He's a
yeah,
photographer.
he had his
He has
camera gear all stolen
walked out with his backpack a few weeks ago.
and his bike.
And his bike. Like, what is wrong with you idiots? Like, I do not believe in violence, but I will punch a thief in the face. Like, don't you steal from my friends.
Having something stolen. So like for me, it wasn't any of my gear, thank the Lord. But I had my show clothes stolen out
Mm,
of our truck. The worst though is when Ethan had his harmonica stolen. That
that
broke my heart.
that
That
was tough.
ripped me to shreds for my baby boy. I was just
Yeah.
thankful though that I had put my guitar in the trailer that we were hauling and didn't
Mhm.
have it in the truck. And
Yeah.
the truck is what got stolen. It got
Yeah,
everything stolen.
we constantly have to watch all of our stuff all of the time. Like it seems like about every couple of weeks there'll be a post that someone's trailer's getting stolen. Like just someone pull up, hook up a trailer and leave. And like
Yeah.
no, that's not your stuff. Go back
Yeah.
home. Go
It's
work.
mind
Go work.
boggling to me what people will do. But you know what? We are still very blessed and we keep trucking and keep doing this thing. And very grateful for everybody that joined us and everyone that's going to be watching this after the fact. This is just us just prattling along. It's like just doing our thing. This is
Yeah,
a
it's
normal.
fun. It's fun being girls in this
Well,
male-dominated industry, and
almost like
I,
child.
you and I, neither one jump on the females have it hard bandwagon. I don't give two craps about anybody who says that.
We just
Throw
work
me with
hard.
the boys. Throw me in the middle of the boys and watch me prove myself. Like, I don't, yeah, it's hard. There's things that are stacked up against us a little bit, but that's not what matters. Like, just work. I remember Jamie Lynn she was kind of talking on the thing, like, just work harder and show up.
And
Like,
I've
just work
actually
harder
heard
and
some
show up.
things that men deal with that's different than us women. And it's a difficult thing for them to have to deal with too. And so I I respect both sides of it. And so for me, I'm like, yeah, there's disadvantages for women, there's disadvantages for men as well. And I think we have, if we respect and try to become understanding of the other one's advantages and disadvantages, I think that we'll get along just fine, and it's going to work out great. And there's been so much support
Yeah,
specifically for women in
yeah.
recent years. I think Brie Bagwell was saying on her OnlyFans,
Vans.
Vans
Buh, buh, buh.
podcast with a B, that not too long ago about how much she loves the fact that there's so many female artists coming up in the Texas music scene and Oklahoma and everything else in between. And she's been in this forever. And so like to have her like be so excited and rooting for us, it's exciting. But
Yeah,
she,
having little people like little old me just show up at a gig and be like, "Yeah, get up there and play." Like
yeah,
she's a huge troubadour for us female artists because yes, I'm not gonna sit here and say that there we have conversations where we go, "Would a man have said that? Would that they have said that to a man? Would they have said that to a male artist? Probably not." But it doesn't bother me because it just well, it might as well be me. Like I can handle it. There are other female artists who really do struggle and they've had some definite misfortunes in their situation. And yeah, there's reasons why, we do have to work a little bit harder, but it doesn't bother me. Like everybody has to work harder to get better.
yeah,
It doesn't
exactly.
matter. It doesn't matter. Like guys have to work hard, girls have to work hard. We just work differently.
Exactly. That's kind of what I was trying to go with earlier, but it didn't come out that
Yeah, and I've
eloquently.
honestly, like, I have been so much more successful in my career working with men, for so many reasons, not because female artists just being in a band,
Right.
having men handle things, having men, just, I'm not gonna say like it's better or worse, it's just different, but I don't struggle. I think I've worked hard enough and not whined along the way to where now no one looks at me and is like, oh gosh, wait, there's a girl and two girls together, we want. But it is nice when I'm on the road with guys and they look at me and go, Lauren, you're the easiest one in the camp. Like Lauren brings the smallest bag. Like everyone worries about having a girl on the road, and my job is to make it easier on y'all. So
Yeah. And my thing is like I have two brothers and my million brother-in-laws, and I just for me, I think that men have uh capabilities that we don't have, and we have
mhm.
capabilities that they don't have, and not just gender related, but like just in life in general. And so like I really appreciate like Wes brings to the table things that aren't even gender related. Like he has all this artistic ability with my merch, and he's very organized with like getting things caught up and straightened out, reminding me of stuff whenever I forget, which is often. um and just like those kind of things, like so I can focus on the music, I can focus on booking shows, I can focus on the band, and he just takes the pressure off me in that way. And so like and I know that like there's been shows where I've had men pick up like heavy gear that I'm like I could probably carry that, but I don't want to, so
Yep,
thank you, sir.
yep.
And so been that girl, and I'm okay with it. But yeah, no, I agree. I think we all work hard in just different ways, and it is what it is. And I think as long as we aren't like getting mad at each other for it, I mean, I've seen drama on both sides of the table, and it's not worth it. We do better when we all support each
I
other.
have been a part of so much band drama, like it, you name it, I've experienced it, and it's just like it's not worth it. Like
Right.
it's just not worth all the drama, and that's what's nice about doing it for as long as I have, and I have seen it all, I have worked with it all. Nothing really surprises me anymore. Like I'm not surprised by much anymore, and
I
that's an
probably have a
asset.
few tricks up my sleeve.
Yeah, you could throw me a curveball, but that's an asset in this industry is that there really isn't a lot of surprises anymore. Because in the beginning, oh my gosh, it is culture shock central
Oh
when
yeah.
you decide to do it.
Whole new
Um,
world.
yeah, whole new world
We
for
didn't do
sure.
any music, by the way. I just realized that.
Dude, oh, we couldn't shut up.
We talked the whole time.
We could not shut up.
Speaking of music, Bob asked when our next show is together. Currently the only one on the books is
I don't know. Tell me, Cynthia, when is our next show together?
December 5th, I think. Hold on, let me double check that.
I wanted to say December 7th, but I never know.
Well, my thing is I as of right now, that's
You're
the only
right.
one on the books. December 5th, we're playing at Pearl Saloon in Fort Worth, Stockyards. I'm hopeful that between now and then I'll be able to book some shows with me and
And
Lauren.
I play in James Cook Band now, and you're opening for us in November.
Oh yeah, that's right. And we're gonna jam together. So
November 7th.
I thought it was October.
No, November 7th. Warren's Backyard. Cynthia will be opening for us, so I will be double gigging it that night for sure.
Yeah, okay, yeah, November 7th.
I never know when shows are, and I
I
actually
don't
knew
know
that
why
one.
I thought October 10th for some reason, but
I don't
whatever.
know. I'm already booked October 10th.
Okay. Well, anyways, but my band has a show actually not this weekend, but next weekend. We're going to be playing at Bob's Off the Square in Granbury, and it's an outdoor show. So dress in comfy clothes and come. They have misters and cold drinks and fans everywhere. So definitely
And
come
really,
out.
really good fried pickles there.
I haven't had those yet, but they
I'm a
sound amazing.
fried pickle connoisseur,
I love
and those
fried.
are really good fried pickles at Bob's.
Ooh, good to know.
Yeah.
I will have to try that. But then
Yes,
there's
my
also
next shows. I have a show this Saturday, Blacktop Bloodline, and then I have a show next weekend with Jeremy Rowe, which is a good friend of mine in Oklahoma. I have two Oklahoma shows the next 2 weekends. I'm really excited. And then I have a couple weekends off, and then I'm with James Cook all of October. We are everywhere, every weekend in October.
isn't James always everywhere? Good
Yeah,
lands.
he's a little spaz.
Like a Mexican jumping bean. He's
He
everywhere.
is. He is. He's great.
Energy of
That's my
one too.
newest band. That's my newest band.
Right. Well, thank you so much, Lauren, for joining me. And if everybody liked this thing that we
Whatever
just
this was,
whatever
this
this
us
was,
entertaining each other for 2 hours.
right? Let us know, and we will maybe schedule another one in the future with actual music next time.
Whoops.
Ipses.
Whoops. There. That's all you get.
That was beautiful.
That's all
I'll
Davy's
take it.
getting right there. Last conversation. Do you have a name for your guitar?
Martina.
It's so generic when you know the backstory. God.
Not
I
really. I
lived
don't really have a name
I
for it.
I lived in Martina McBride's hometown. No, I'm kidding. It was pretty cool. I love that story for you.
Her son was in my backyard.
Her son was in my backyard.
Oh, people love that fact, but it's like, I mean, I don't have that claim to fame, whatever anymore,
Right.
if you want to call it that. Her dad was amazing. I loved her dad to death. I mean, I never got to meet Martina, but her dad he was the real deal, a musician through and through. He was supportive of me, and he was a friend and just so sweet.
He passed away this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't get to go to the funeral, but
Yeah.
yeah, it
I
sucks.
I don't think I remember you driving me around and being like, that's where her dad lives, and that's her van that he always kept in the back from like her first showdown that she won or
Oh,
something.
she won the country
Yeah, that's
showdown.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
That's
really
pretty
cool, and
cool.
I loved hearing him brag about his daughter because it made me think of my dad, and how he brags about me, and so it's just, it's just one of those
Yeah.
things. Yeah,
Yeah.
so he's the soft spot in my heart. Ooh,
Yeah, we all got one. We all got one. Come here. I'll show you my soft spot. Come here.
oh gosh, here comes Dolly.
Here comes Dolly. So if y'all ever see me on the road, sometimes this little fluff butt's with me. This
Dolly
is Miss
Parton.
Dolly. Dolly Potton. She's pretty fun. Quit licking me. Giving me all the kisses. Are there any comments that we missed?
Bob said, "Thanks, ladies. This was insightful.
Oh
Love you
boy.
and good night." And
See ya,
Melanie
Bob.
said, "Love it. Keep it up."
Good, good, good. She's a sweetie. I'm excited to play with her this weekend.
I'm excited for you. You guys have fun, and
Yeah.
we'll chat again probably here in 5 minutes, laughing
Yeah,
at what
we'll
we
be
just
talking
did.
all night. But we're gonna be rehashing this and going, oh my gosh, why did I say that? Why didn't you tell me that? Why did we talk about that?
Why was my face like that?
That's hilarious. Well, I love you, and I know what you see is what you get with us. There is nobody more real in the Texas music scene than the two of us. I promise you that. What you
Oh,
see
yeah.
on stage is what we are off stage. I think this proves it. But yeah, y'all come out to the Cynthia Rausch show. It's really, really fun. We have a good time. I like we're playing with you because you pick really good covers. Like I'm pretty picky about artists and covers, and you cover some good stuff.
I try. I mostly just try to keep it clean, and the
And
good
your
ones are
originals
clean.
are all right. The originals are fine. They're
But
just fine, okay? They're fine.
no,
They're just fine.
fine. We're never gonna get off on here. It's almost
Now we're just
2 hours
wasting
in.
time. I love you.
Love you, girl. Love you guys. Thank you guys for joining us. Mwah.